Hello everyone, it's Alice Daemon here with another part to Love is Strange. In the last part, we left off on this one here, which was Thursday. And we were back in the classroom again. I'm so jittery I can barely pay attention in class. Every time the light shifts, I just get distracted, thinking about what to do for the photo, when I should text Chloe, what kind of angle I want to take. Even if we don't win, this photo is going to be important to me and to Chloe. It's going to be the last thing we do together before she goes. It's going to be ours. I was almost late to class today anyway, which isn't helping my distraction. I forgot Chloe doesn't set alarms, of course, so I just woke up to Joyce yelling for me and Chloe's elbow in my face. She'd only grumbled and rolled over when I untangled our legs, got dressed and hurried out the door, so she's probably still asleep. Just as I think so, though, my phone buzzes. I have to wait for the teacher to turn around before I can check it. Meet me out front in 10 minutes. In front of the school? Yes, Max, in front of the school. I look out the window a little anxiously, but of course she's not there. Knowing Chloe, she probably just rolled out of bed, waking and baking as I think about her. My class ends in 10 minutes. I have another one starting up in 20. I know that Chloe knows that. I don't know what she's planning yet, but whatever it is, it's probably something totally irresponsible. Something Joyce would shake her head disapprovingly at the very least. I shove my phone back into my pocket and do my best to focus back on the lesson. I'm too old for Chloe's shenanigans to be giving me butterflies. Chloe isn't out front when I hurry outside after class, so I'm stuck waiting for 5 minutes, checking between the road and the time and worrying about class and Chloe in regular intervals. I'm checking my phone for the 5th time when there are 3 sharp honks of a car horn, and I look up to see Chloe's truck parked in front of the Academy steps, her grinning at me from inside. Hey there! I hurry over, slipping my phone back in my pocket and folding my arms up on the gap left by the open window. Hey! Excited to see me? Naturally. That just makes her grin wider at me, and I just smile back, leaning forward a little so there's less of a barrier between us. Can't get enough of me? You really won't get off my case this week. Insatiable. At first she looks startled, then when she sees my expression, which I'm sure is just a stupid grin, she just beams at me, scooting closer to the window so we're face to face. Don't pull this on me, Caulfield. You're the one who wanted to partner up in the first place. Because I knew no one else would bear to put up with you. She gasps in mock offense, pressing a hand to her chest. Then she just grins again, leaning forward a little more. No one else would be able to handle me. I'm about to retort, hopefully with something snarky and clever, but then our noses brush. I hadn't realized she'd gotten so close. Out of instinct, I lean back a little, surprised. Chloe blinks at me, then gives her a nervous chuckle and leans back too. Anyway, speaking of, what do you say we get this show on the road? You seriously want to ditch right now? You seriously don't? Chloe, I have class in right now, actually. You do too, if I'm remembering correctly. You are honestly such a square. As I'm giggling at her unironic use of square as an insult, she just rolls her eyes in my direction and goes on. Come on, dude, if there was ever a reason to cut class, it's to do this. You're pursuing your passion or whatever, right? Don't pretentious art schools like Blackwell have an addendum that excuses absence if you're inspired or something? I doubt it. And your best friend who's leaving town tomorrow is telling me to. Well, and the sky's really pretty right now. Look, I don't know if she's being sincere or just teasing me, but when I tilt my head back to look up at the sky, it really is pretty. Clear blue leaching out from the fading pinks and purples of early morning. I sigh. Yeah, let's go! Let's go then. Chloe raises an eyebrow, but reaches forward and unlocks the door anyway. Geez, I thought you'd be a harder sell. I climb up into the truck, toss my bag underneath my feet. What made you think that? You always get so whiny whenever I try to get you to do something. What's the word you like? Delinquent, right? She pouts in my direction for show, and I laugh and shove at her shoulder. Who's whining? She chuckles, spinning her keys around one finger. I lean back and watch them circle. Besides, it's not like convincing me to be with you is that hard to sell. The keys fly off her hand and hit the dash, and I flinch at the sound before glancing back at her in surprise. She winced when the keys crashed against the car too, but now she's just looking at me, a little wide-eyed. This time, I really can't help but get kind of flustered. Honestly, Max, could that have sounded more gay? No, I get it. I know I'm irresistible. Among other things. All good things, though. I just chuckle, unable to deny it, and reach down to get her keys back for her. She turns the car on, the truck kicking a few times before gearing into action. Alright, let's bail before the dog freaks. I'm sure they'll understand. I mean, the deadline was so short, I bet tons of people are scrambling. Dude, who cares? You are officially... She pauses for a few seconds, just long enough to pull out of the Academy property. Off Blackwell grounds. God, living at school must really mess with your head. No worrying about class or deadlines or homework for the rest of the day, alright? If you say so. Nope, you're the one in charge here, Max. You're calling the shots. Oh, get it? Calling the shots? Like a photo pun? You're hilarious. I know. Anyway, I want you to say I'm not going to worry about class or deadlines or homework for the rest of the day. Okay, I won't. Word for word. I rolls my eyes, try not to giggle. I fail. Isn't paraphrasing good enough? Chloe scoffs, and suddenly the truck slows to what's basically a crawl. Chloe leans back lazily against the seat, looking at me sideways. I mean, I guess it's passable, but so is, reaching our destination 2 hours from now. Chloe! I'm not going to worry about classic deadlines, or... You're such a pain in the butt. I ended up having to deliver it through giggles. I'm not going to worry about class or deadlines or homework for the rest of the day. Happy? And my best friend Chloe Price is going to have my undivided attention. I smile at her, leaning back against the seat. And my best friend Chloe Price is going to have my undivided attention. She grins back at me, revving the car back up to what's probably a little above the speed limit. And also, I'm finally going to admit she's the hottest person I've ever... In your dreams. Come on, Max. She laughs, high and pleased, and I smile, racing forward again and settling farther down into the cracked leather. After being in silence for a minute, I finally recognize the slightly tiny music coming out of Chloe's car studio. Oh, it's a song I had put on Chloe's CD, one of mine that I hoped she would like. She glances over at me curiously when I speak, then looks back at the stereo. I didn't want to have to wait to listen to it. That's okay. I mean, that's totally... Do you like it? I love it. You got good taste after all. Buried under that horrible fashion sense. Hey! Ugh, you suck. When I glance back at her, though, she's just smiling at me again. It might be the sunlight reflecting, but her eyes seem soft. Thanks, Max. I just blink at her for a second, then smile back. You're welcome. Alright, enough of this mushy crap. Let's get this show on the road. She brings up to 10 miles per hour over the speed limit, and then we're really on our way. The sky is pure blue when we reach the junkyard, bright and clear, and it makes me feel optimistic despite the butterflies starting to take flight in my stomach. Don't make that face. What face? This one. She pulls some kind of exaggerated pout. I definitely do not make that face. Yeah, you do. It's the face you always make when you're worried about something. But you shouldn't be worried. You're gonna take an amazing picture. How do you know? Because it's you. Oh, you're so sweet. But it's not going to get taken if we just sit here and mope about it. Come on, let's go. She grins at me and climbs out of the truck, coming around the side of the truck to let me out. How gentlemanly. Well, I'm with a lady, so what are you thinking for the shot, Max? I look around carefully. There's so much to catch the eye here. Overturned appliances and metal shining in the sunlight and the bright colors of the trees and sky above all else. Oh, hang on. It's not overwhelming. What do you think? Well, what do you think? She glances at me, surprised. What do I think? Shoot, Max, you're the professional here. And you're my partner, right? We're doing this together. Dude, I'm just here for the ride because you asked me. Because there's no one else, there's no one I'd rather be with for this. Come on, not even a sarcastic thought? I glance around the junkyard again, uncertainly, and when I glance back at Chloe, she's a lot closer than before. Like, a lot closer. You really mean that? Mean what? That there's no one else you'd rather be with? Obviously, you're my favorite! I can feel her breath on my face. Well. Then she suddenly grins. You're so easy. What? There's a sudden sharp bonk to my head, and when I gasp and step back in surprise, Chloe just laughs, tossing me a stick and leveling a second one in my direction. Preemptive strike! On guard, Max! Oh, you're so dead. I go after her, and she laughs, taking 2 steps forward and swinging at me again. It feels different than it had even just 2 days ago, goofing off and playing pirates with Chloe. Heavier, more valuable now that I know it's not going to last. Still, it's hard to feel that weight of wistfulness when Chloe's poking me in the ribs with a broken tree branch, laughing like there's nothing to worry about, lit up all blue and smiling against the sky behind her. Get your head in the game, Max. What? You're the one. Suddenly, I lose my footing and go tumbling backwards, landing flat on my butt between a moldy mattress and another stack of tires. Dang it! Chloe, expectantly smug, steps over my knees and crouches down, just above my hips, tipping my chin up to just slightly with her stick. Oh, the turntables. Yeah. And now for my victor's speech. Ahem! Oh, Arcadia Bay, thou hast seen the most glorious sight on this holiest day. You're crazy. You're crazy. Well, you make me crazy. The grip slips a little off her face, but she doesn't stand up. Instead, she just looks at me more intently, tossing the branch aside and crossing her arms over her squatted knees. I'm still trapped between her calves. How crazy? I sit up, but she doesn't move. She's looking at me like she's trying to figure out an answer, but I don't know what the problem is. What do you mean? Like, she trails off a little, breaking eye contact. I try to peer into her face, and when our eyes meet again, she seems to get some conviction back. Like, if I asked you to do something actually crazy, something maybe kind of stupid, would you? Definitely. I probably would. Chloe's eyebrows raise. I shift a little higher, lean forward a little so even though she's still crouched over me, we're face to face. Even if it was something really stupid, like that narrows it down. She makes a face at me, but there's a smile tugging at her mouth, and she's holding it back the way she does when I've said something that's pleased her, but she doesn't want me to know how much. I love seeing her smile, though. I go fishing for it. Yeah, I still would. You make me crazy and stupid. That gets the grin to really blossom across her face, and I grin back, feeling warm and kind of ridiculous and just stupidly happy. That's good to know. She stands abruptly and reaches down with one hand. I take it and she tugs me to my feet. That's it? What's the stupid thing you're going to ask me to do? It was a hypothetical question. Hypothetical, my butt? Come on, Chloe, come on. She just laughs, squeezes my hand, and tugs me forward again. Come on, I can't help you out with artistic vision or whatever, but I can show you a better vantage point. She leads me to one of the biggest fixtures in the junkyard, the rusty and slightly lopsided school bus, and looks at it appreciatively, hands on her hips. Then without too much ado, she moves forward and scales it. A second later, she's beaming down at me, cross-legged and smug. Up and at 'em, Supergirl! Chloe, I'm going to die. She grins at me, then gets up again, crouching down and offered me a hand. If it were just your clumsy butt here, sure, but come on, I won't let you fall. I eye her skeptically for another second, but she just beams relentlessly back. You better not. I reach up for her, and she pulls up, letting me brace myself on the rusty walls and the window that creaks worryingly under my feet. For a second, I wobble, and my hand tightens around hers. Geez, Max. She gives my hand a sharp tug, and I come shooting up onto the top of the bus, her other hand going the small of my back to steady me. Whoa there. You good? We're so close together again. Her hands are calloused and warm. I'm good, thank you. Sure. She just keeps looking at me. I end up being the one to pull away first, closing one hand into a fist and lifting the other over my eyes to survey the junkyard from above. This is great. We can see everything from up here. Yeah, I like it. It's relaxing. I hear her shuffling around behind me and then the creak of metal beneath us. I turn and she's taken a seat again. It hanging dangling between two fingers and a lighter in her other hand. I grin at her, reaching into my bag for my camera. Well, I'm glad you're coping with stress in a mature fashion. Don't knock it till you try it, Max. I grin at her and almost turn to survey the landscape again, lifting the camera slightly, but then pause just to watch her. She doesn't pay me too much mind, just lights it and brings it to her lips, exhaling gray. She's beautiful like this, all faraway expression and loose limbs, amber glowing soft orange between her fingers. Wait! She glances up at me, about to lower it, but I quickly wave my hands. Don't move, stay like that. She does, legs still propped up, it's still burning, soft colors between her fingers, watching me curiously as I scale back down the side of the bus. What are you doing? Stay like that. I settle back down on the ground and take a few steps back, squinting up at her and taking a few steps from side to side, judging the light, the sense of space. Chloe watches me for a minute, then just chuckles, shakes her head, and brings it back to her mouth. You're such a weirdo. And just like that, the way she draws her legs up a little higher, lifting her arm again and looking away, her expression going far away like before. I draw the lens up to my eyes and snap a photo. Chloe lounging on top of the bus, smoking with the bright blue sky behind her. Wow. Pleased with yourself? This is it, Chloe. Both her eyebrows raised, and she rubs the cigarette out against the roof of the bus, swinging her legs over the side. What do you mean? This should be the photo we submit. Are you serious? She hops down and comes toward me, leaning over my shoulder to look at the photo in my hand, warm against my back. Yes, it's beautiful! I love it! But it's just... I glance over at her, and she seems to struggle for a minute for words, glancing at me and then away. It's just me. Yeah, there's feeling behind it. Look at your expression here. She takes it from me, frowning at it, one arm still over my shoulder. I mean, are you sure? It's really just me smoking on a bus. Shoot, is that even going to be, like, incriminating? No, it'll be fine. I take it back from her, looking at it again. Chloe, lit and striking against the dark colors of bus and sky. It's perfect. This is Chloe. This is how I see Chloe. Beautiful, at the center of everything. Almost far away enough to be untouchable. Almost. It almost has, an Into the Wild kind of vibe to it. That finally gets Chloe to snort, squeezing my shoulders before letting me go. You're so pretentious. Besides, there's no way I'm ending up like that guy. I hadn't really meant it like that. I was just thinking of Chloe setting off into the wilderness, but now she's put the idea of getting lost out there. I can't help but think about it. You won't, right? Chloe angles a smirk over at me, but it falters when she sees my face. Jesus, Max, you're not actually worried about this, right? No, I trust you. I trust you, Chloe. I know you'll do what's right for you. I glance at the photo again. I just think about you by yourself, and I get worried. I know I really shouldn't be because it's you, but I'm caught off by Chloe wrapping both her arms around me, nearly lifting me off my feet with the force of her embrace. I'm surprised, but I do my best to hug her back even though she's kind of got my arms pinned. It'll be okay, Max. I know, but... No, I promise, it will be. She doesn't say anything else, just hugs me for a little longer before letting go and looks a little bashful when she pulls away. She jerks her head in the direction of some car wrecks, quickly turning away. I don't totally understand, but I meant it when I said I trusted her, so I just follow. She sits down on the hood of one of the cars, and I sit down beside her, looking carefully at the photo of her again. You're 100% sure that's the one you want to use? Yeah, I think so. I've got a good feeling about it, and the contest is about feelings. Chloe just snorts. You artist and your feelings. Oh, don't give me that. She grins sideways at me, all teeth. Well, I mean, we're already here. I think we have enough time for a tiebreaker match. I grin back at her, sliding the photo back into my bag. I mean, if you're that eager to lose... Cocky. We'll see. She goes off scrounging from her makeshift swords, and I lean back on the hood of the car watching her, fingers occasionally tapping at the thin, filmy photo still in my bag. Friday. I think this is the last part of it. I think it says until Friday when the contest is. Game might be almost over. I don't think I've ever been this jittery in my life. I came to class really early, most because of nerves, but there were already a lot of people there. I guess I'm not the only one anxious about submitting their photo. But no Chloe. For a second, it doesn't really faze me, because Chloe's always late. You know, typical Chloe. But then I remember Friday is Chloe's last day in Arcadia, and I have no idea when she's leaving. What if she's already... Max! Yay, you didn't leave yet! Ah! Dude, you were totally zoned out. Ugh, you startled me, you jerk. Yeah, that was pretty obvious. You and your nervous face. You had your nervous face on anyway, though, so I figured that, what's the harm? I was nervous you already skipped town, jerk. Chloe's eyebrows raise, and she falls back on her heels a little, hands in her pockets. What? Max, no way. I'm still owed several overdramatic goodbyes. Also, if I'm going to let you run the victory lap, as if I'm going to let you run the victory lap all by yourself. Before I can warn her that there might not be a victory lap, she keeps talking, reaching idly towards the back of her neck. Anyway, I needed to give you this. I don't really realize what she's doing until she pulls her necklace over her head, bringing it down into one hand and stringing it out with the other. Oh, Chloe, you don't really have... Shut up, I want to. Anyway, it's for luck. She motions me forward, and I step into her space a little shy. She loops it over my head with both hands, tucking my hair gently out from under the string as it passes. Her gaze is weirdly focused, following the necklace as it goes past my throat, my collarbone coming to rest around my sternum, cool and surprisingly heavy. I feel like I've been staring at her face for too long. Thanks. Oh, it looks so good on you! Oh, now you have something to remember Chloe by. No problem. For a second, she just lingers there, fingers loose and light near where the bullets lie, low, close to my ribs. We're really close together. I still haven't looked away from her face. Then she falls back again, looking back up at me and grinning. Now we're definitely going to win. I've done my contribution. Your contribution was way bigger than the bullet necklace, Chloe, even though I really appreciate it, like majorly. Just what? When I hesitate, she rolls her eyes and steps forward again, tilting my chin up slightly with two fingers so our eyes meet. Out with it. I don't want to let you down. I just don't want to let you down. I mean, before I can go on, her fingers leave my chin and flick my forehead light but sudden. Not possible. Max, I told you before, I don't give a crap about the contest. Well, I mean I do because you care about it. But I just wanted us to hang out and have a good time and have you be happy with the photo. And we did. And you are, right? Her expression is genuinely questioning, and I stand up a little straighter. Smile at her because, yeah, after all, she's right. Yeah, I'm happy. She brightens up, then ruffles my hair, grinning when I squawk and push her away. Good, me too. I think someone wants to talk to you, so I'll catch you in class. Get your running shoes on for the victory lap, Max. Do some stretches. You do some stretches. She laughs, easing her way into the classroom in languid, carefree movements, and I watch her go, a little knot in my belly. I really don't want her to go. Me either. I want her to stay with you, or you go with her. It's an awful, cliche thing having a crush on your best friend. But this week really proved to me that I can't deny or ignore the way I feel about Chloe. She's the most important person in my life. And now it's probably way too late to tell her. I don't know if I'd have the courage to, even if time wasn't running out. I just want to be with her for a little longer at least. Who should I talk to? No, I'm just going to stay seated. I don't want to talk to anyone. When I leave leave a link in the description, you guys can try out all the different options, but I want to stay seated. I think about talking to my other classmates, but I'm too nervous to keep making idle chat. I'm just going to sit and wait for class to start and hope the butterflies go away. Alright, I know you're all excited, but I need you to have you all seated. Have I got everyone's photos? Everyone's eyes on Max Dog as they shuffle through the photos spread out on their desk. I'm really impressed by the amount of students that have entered this year. About half of every class has put an entry in. And now, with these, I can finally start deliberations. Luckily for you all, that means that you can use this period to study. The hum of chatter starts up immediately. Quietly! And then dies down with some protests and groans. I'm kind of thankful for the opportunity. I put my head down and open my textbook, but although I try to focus, it's pretty hard. I guess Chloe and I aren't the only ones hoping to win. It feels like the longest hour of my life. Every time Maxstar moves at their desk, I think they're about to announce the winners, and I jump up a little. And when I finally do stand up, clipboard in hand, when they finally do stand up, clipboard in hand, I go rigid in my seat. I catch Chloe's gaze. She grins at me, then nods a little bit in encouragement. She doesn't look nervous at all, just supportive and satisfied, like we've already won. Goodness, this was so difficult. I know that the deadline was short and that a lot of you devoted much of your free time this week to your entry. I truly wish that I could award more than one winner. The theme of the contest, Bonds, was a broad concept, and I'm thrilled to see so many different interpretations of it here. That's what photography is all about, personal expression, showing the world the way that you see things. That said, there is one entry in particular that truly embraced this theme. This photo captures a sense of wanderlust and youth embodied in the subject, with the photographer's empathy to this aura serving as almost a second lens. My heart skips a beat, or 10. There's no way they're talking about our photo. The unique vision of this novice photographer makes me think that we'll see some amazing things from them in the future, and hopefully they'll continue collaborating with their partner. So I'm excited. I'm extra pleased to announce the winners of the second annual Blackwell photo contest are Maxine Caulfield and Chloe Price. Yay, you guys won! I'm so happy! Congratulations! The room erupts in applause and cheers, and I'm frozen in my seat for a moment, letting comprehension catch up with the rest of my body. I'm only just managing to get onto my feet when Chloe's by my side, pulling me up by the hand and grinning so hard it looks like it hurts. You freaking won! She pulls me up by the upper arms, almost off my feet, and crushes a kiss between my eyes, almost hard enough to hurt. Vaguely, I'm aware of Rachel wolf whistling behind us. Vaguely I'm aware of Rachel wolf whistling behind us, but my senses are pretty much completely overlaid by shock and by Chloe beaming and bright and right in front of me. I'm dizzy when she sets me back onto my feet, clutching at her elbows, and she grins at me, just pure delight. Oh my god, we freaking won! She crows with laughter, reaching out to squeeze both my hands. What did I freaking tell you? You're amazing! The bell rings and the class starts to filter out. The two of us are swept up with congratulations and claps on the back for a few moments, and after some brief conversation with Rachel and Kate, it's just the two of us again. I can't believe this. I can, Max. I can. Max, I knew you'd win, and you did, because no one can even compare to your photography chops. She's so excited, my cheeks actually hurt from smiling now. We won! Chloe, there's no way I could have done this without you. That just makes her smile softer, fonder, and she reaches down to squeeze one of my hands. Thanks, Max. I'm really, really proud of you, though. I'm just glad we won. It's stupid, but I am really glad. I want to better articulate it, how I'm glad that Chloe will have this memory, that we're partying on a victory, but that hopefully this will make her remember us first and foremost as an unbreakable bond. But before I can, she just squeezes my hand again. It's not stupid, I totally get it. And you know what? We should go celebrate you right now. I'm gonna take you somewhere. My eyes go a little wider, I can't help it. The sun's already waning outside. I don't know what Chloe's planning for an extra time. But logically, I know I shouldn't keep her here and make her leave at rush hour. Right now? Right now. She looks so intent, though. I'd be an awful liar if I even tried to pretend I didn't want to monopolize her time. Okay, let's go. That brings her back up to full luminosity. And she reaches for my other hand and squeezes that one too before slinging an arm over my shoulders. Awesome. Max and Chloe taking their final victory lap around Arcadia Bay after all. You better not make me run anywhere. No chance. I'm driving anyway. She pulls me a little more firmly into her side, and I can't help but lean against it. the warm and familiar way of her. Okay, let's go for a drive. Oh wait, I think I forgot to do the Friday one. Hang on. It's very important that I get all these so that you can pause the video and, wait. Where was the last one? I don't remember all these. I don't remember. Wait. Was this one it? I think this one was it. Yeah. So, I'll let you guys pause the video so that you can be able to read all this. And I'll read it when I'm done recording and I upload it. That's so funny. Oh, I love this so much right here. Oh, hello, best friends forever. Oh. You keeping your eyes closed? Yes, but. No buts. I'll tell you when to open. So I keep them shut. I think I'm starting to get an idea of where we're headed, though. Oh, shoot. Though the air smells salty. A few moments later, the truck slows to a stop, and I hear Chloe get out, then come around the other side to open my door, taking both of my hands and gently guiding me out. Okay, open. I can hear the rush of the waves already, but I still smile when I open my eyes and see the ocean there, and Chloe beaming in front of it. The sky's so pretty. That just makes her grin wider. All for you. I made a few calls. To the light pollution police? Yep, uptight sons of... uptight, but at least they have a sense of atmosphere. I laugh and she does too a moment later, without looking away from my face. I try to stay focused on her and the sea too. I know if I look behind me, all I'm going to see is her truck stopped for leaving. Her necklace feels heavy against my sternum suddenly. I reach for it. I should give this back to you. Definitely served its purpose as a good luck chime. She looks at me in mild surprise, then startles when she sees me start to pull it over my head, immediately reaching out to press it back against my throat. What? No, Max, I'm giving it to you. Anyway, the necklace and luck had nothing to do with winning the contest. That was all you. She smiles at me again, easy and fun, and my heart squeezes in my chest a little. Absolutely not. Chloe, I told you there's no way I would have been able to win without you. She huffs a little, taking a step away from me, backwards, and I lose her gaze for a second. Max, thanks, but I was a prop. A really hot prop, though. Sure. But seriously, Chloe, this picture really wouldn't exist without you. And I mean, not just because you're in it. I said it before, photography is all about... She cuts across me, suddenly looking at me again. Emotions, right? I falter for a second, but her expression is serious, not solemn. I nod a little bit, suddenly feeling a little shy. Yeah, and I mean, I pause again. The words I don't feel about anyone the way I feel about you are on the tip of my tongue. But I glance back, and there are a lot of boxes in the back of her truck. You mean a lot to me, obviously. Her lips quirk, but she just nods, still watching me. I feel kind of small under her gaze, uncertain in a way I hate. An entire week to prepare, and I still have no idea what to say to her. I'm still not ready. I'm really glad we did this together. She nods again, coming over a few steps to stand next to me. My head tilts, but I don't turn to face her full on. I just keep staring at the ocean. The photo? Oh, well, yes, but spending the week together, too. I know you must have had so much going on with Rachel and Joyce and getting ready to go, and thank you, I guess. You made a lot of time for me. The sun's setting, golden hour, both of us awash in soft yellow light. Chloe's got her hands braced against the hood of the truck. It's an awful, cheesy thought to have, but briefly, I'm relieved that Chloe and I get to have the same sunset again this last time. I wasn't making time for you. You're my best friend. I want to be with you. Chloe, you're so sweet! Her voice sounds delicate against the roaring of the waves a few feet away, firm but fallible. I glance sideways at her to find she's already looking at me, unblinking and unreadable. I'm not sure who moves first, but a moment later, we're hugging fiercely, her arms tied around my shoulders and mine around her waist. She smells like the same as she always does, smoke and leather and some kind of sharply clean scent, tinged with salt of the sea. I breathe her in, trying to commit it to memory. I really don't want to cry, but I really don't think I can help it at this point. There's no way she'll be able to blame me if I do. I'm going to really miss you. I want to say more. I want her to promise me she'll text me every day and tell her I'll be thinking about her all the time and how I want her to be happy, most of all. But my voice cracks on you and I have to stop before I can even start. She brings one hand up and ruffles my hair, soft, before running her fingers through it, hand trailing down the back of my head slowly. I shiver a tiny bit and hug her tighter. Absence make the heart grow fonder or whatever, right? I laughed a little damply, and I'm about to say I can't be any fonder of her than I already am, but she keeps talking. By the time I get back, you'll be totally in love with me. Oh, yes! I ship you two so much! I go still before I can stop myself, and immediately try to relax again before she notices, but I don't move fast enough. Her hands move to my shoulders, and she holds me out, just to look at me. She's not frowning, but her gaze is intense, and I wince. Good job keeping it together, Max. Max. Chloe, come with me. Yes! I am so happy! I knew you would say it! We just stared at each other for what must be at least a minute, then I sputtered. What? Come with me, Max. Her fingers are digging into my shoulders, and she still hasn't even blinked. I'm just stunned. Sure, there's a step in this conversation that I've missed. Are you serious? Come with you? Like on your trip? Yeah. Her grip loosens up some on my shoulders, but she keeps holding on to me. Her face is half in shadow from the sunset, but there's uncertainty creeping into the half I can see. I know it's last minute, but yes. I laugh, a little hysterically, that gets a tiny smile to curl on her cheeks for a moment before she continues. But, I have some extra duffel bags, and you're way more organized than I am. And I chalked in a few extra hours to get you ready when I was counting for driving time, so... Yes, go! So if you wanted to, you could. We could. Yes, you need to say yes. She looks so tentative, but her hands are so firm on my shoulders. I'm still totally caught off guard, still dazed, but... You're not joking. Our eyes meet again, unyielding, and for a moment I expect her to do the Chloe thing and lighten up the mood, but she only nods, biting her lip. No, I'm not. I was thinking about, asking you at the beginning of the week, but you were all excited about this contest thing, and I didn't want to freak you out. So you thought telling me you were leaving forever would make me less freaked out? My voice is awful, shrill and young, and I can't help but laugh at the sound of it, in a series of short, nervous giggles. Chloe laughs along with me, eyes never leaving my face, even as she lets go of my arms. Sorry. I also was worried about, I wasn't worried totally, I just wasn't sure. She falters for a second and looks away, and I roll forward on my heels a little to meet her eyes again. At the motion, her gaze turns back to my face and she swallows. I didn't know if you'd want to. Go with me. Be with me. Oh. Do you want to? This is such a Chloe thing to do. Impulsive and completely unexpected and passionate. And it catches me so off guard that I can't help responding instinctual. Yes! Yes! Yay! I'm so happy! She said yes. Her eyebrows shoot up so high I can't see them past her hairline. I giggle, nervous and completely shocked at myself. What the heck are you saying, Max? This is so not like you. You really want to? But then I look back at her, and it's an expression I've never seen on Chloe in my whole life. Stunned and apprehensive and hopeful and tentative all at once. I feel like my heart could burst open for her. Yeah, I want to go. I want to be with you. She blinks once, twice, and her lips tug up for a second before her face bunches in worry again. Are you sure? Like, you've got school and all your photography stuff, and I know it's super important to you, and you have, other friends other than me, and I'm not sure if you... Come on, Chloe, stop! Do you want me to come or not? She cuts herself off with a surprised, breathy laugh, and just blinks again, waits for me to speak again. Her eyes are big and bright. First of all, do you know how many Blackwell students have skipped town in the middle of the year to go seek enlightenment? It's basically a rite of passage to becoming a real artist. She snorts, but she still looks incredulous, watching me, tense and quiet. Besides, I like the idea of doing something impulsive, something an actual professional, good photographer would do. You already are good. Second of all, you're super important to me, more than any... Her eyebrows shoot way up, and I immediately stop myself, back up. This is a good moment, but it's a delicate one. I can't mess this up. I want this to happen. I want to be with her. I want to come with you. Let me come with you. There's a moment of stillness in between us, almost long enough to make me nervous. Then her face cracks open in a smile so big, it's like she just can't contain it. Are you serious? I grin back, still feeling a little shocked at myself, but mostly just stupidly happy. Are you serious? She laughs in complete delight and sweeps me up in a hug again, lifting me off my feet and spinning me around. I'm laughing too much to tell her to put me down, so instead I just grab my arms around her neck. She sets me back down on my feet after a moment, but she keeps her arms around my waist. Our faces close as she starts chattering excitedly. Okay, so we need to stop by your dorm. I can help you with anything, with everything. We should probably stop at my house again to grab the clothes you have there, and God, we should probably tell Rachel. And she stops herself, probably because she ran out of air, and just grins at me breathless. I grin back, and I feel light, like the sun is shining right through me. And her voice falters a little, like she's reaching, and she reaches up with one hand to brush some slightly sea-swept hair out of my eyes. I told you before, I can't do S words. Why would you do this to me? Her hand lingers there for longer than is probably necessary, and we're just looking in each other's eyes. And I can't help but notice that her hand is shaking just a bit. The adrenaline rush from saying yes is still pumping through me, and that's what gets me rolling up onto my toes, gripping her waist a little more firmly for balance, and pressing my lips to hers soft. Snap! She stiffens up a little and inhales sharply through her nose, and I immediately pull away, admittedly spooked, but not sure if this reaction is just surprise or also horror. Which, considering I'm hardly a paragon of experience and could be totally botching this, is entirely plausible. But when I look up again, the only emotion I can read on her face is pure shock. Oh crap. She blinks at me once, twice, then laughs. Her laughing startles me for a second, and I go to pull away from her, but her grip on my hips just goes tighter and she reels me back in. Yes! It's so beautiful! Oh, it's so beautiful! I don't even want to click away! I barely have any time to react before she kisses me again, falling a few steps back so she's leaning against the hood of the truck. We flush against her. Me flush against her. Oh, I wasn't wrong. Chloe actually, she kisses me for a long moment, for almost longer than I'm ready for, but I just stand on my toes, do my best to kiss her back despite surprise and inexperience and overwhelming relief. I'm pretty sure she only pulls away in order to breathe, but even then she keeps her eyes shut, our foreheads together. I'm staring now, searching her, her face framed between my hands. She looks so gentle. She looks happy. Chloe. She just laughs and shakes her head a little bit, eyes still closed, just glowing. Max, what? Even I'm surprised by how soft my voice is. She just breathes out another laugh. I totally was going to kiss you. I'm freaking furious. It was going to be so romantic, and you beat me to it. I blinked for a second, then burst out laughing. It's so Chloe, needlessly competitive over something so sweet. Was it going to be more romantic than literally asking me to run away with you? It was going to be more romantic than you saying yes to running away with me, but tragically you messed it up for yourself. My cheeks hurt from smiling. The sun is so warm on my back. Chloe's hands are warm on my waist and firm. That's disappointing. It is. It really is. But you know, I'm willing to make a... I press back up to kiss her again, and she giggles against my mouth before leaning back in, pulling me even closer to her. The sun's going down. By the time we get back to the dorms, pack all of my things, get in touch with Joyce and Rachel and my parents, and get on the road, the traffic will probably be heck. But that's alright. Chloe and me, we have all the time in the world. Yay! Run away with me! Achievement unlocked! Oh, it's so good! Thank you for playing Love is Strange. Thank you for making the game! I loved it! It was so beautiful! Oh, it was so good! Aww. Oh, it was so amazing. I love love it. I'll leave a link in the description so that you can play for the other routes, because I'm only going to play Chloe because Chloe is my favorite. No offense to anyone else, but I will only pick Chloe forever and ever. This has been Alice Daemon playing Love is Strange, and I'll see you all in the next video.